Hey YouTube, Brian LCS. Thanks for stopping by the channel. And this video has CGC gotten sloppy? So I've got an example of some work by CGC which could question some of their consistency and quality control. And I normally don't like to point this out. These are not the type of videos I typically do, but this is an interesting book and this happened directly to me. And so I wanted to kind of highlight it. And I know CGC has had some bad press recently, the whole reholder issue and inside job by some employees that were doing some things with comic books and reslabbing books with lower grades and things like that. So CGC has been a little bit under the gun, under the microscope the last it's probably been what, about a year or so. So I recently had a couple books graded, and they came back with some interesting details. So I wanted to highlight that. And the books that I'm talking about, and I'll share this, is Ultimate Fallout issue 4, right? The first appearance of Miles Morales. This is a pretty pricey book, and so let's just take a look. If you look at the front cover, so this is the first print, Ultimate Fallout 4, issue number 4. And you can see the details in the cover here. You don't see the character's face. You don't see Miles Morales' face. And so this book, in a 9.8, the first print, scrolling down, is fair market value as of cover price is $1,188. So, a pretty pricey book for a modern comic book. Now, what I want to focus on is the second prints. So I have Ultimate Fallout 4 here, the second print, and take a look at the cover. And the pricing on this book in a 9.8 is $138. So big difference between the two. So, and here it is. Here is the book I have. I do have that in a second print in a 9.8. And it actually states right on the cover here, Marvel, makes a note that it is second print variant. So no issue with that. This came back graded from CGC, and it's noted as a variant cover, a second printing. And I'll take a picture of it so we can highlight it, and I'll show you those details. But the issue I have is not with that print or that second print of variant. It's with this second print variant. Let me bring it up on cover price. So here is another variant, second print, Ultimate Fallout 4. And again, it is noted on the cover that it is a second print variant. Now, this book, let's look at the FMV. So this is actually a little bit higher of an FMV in a 9.8. It's $457. So, and I happen to have a copy of that. So here it is, Ultimate Fallout 4. And it says, again, Marvel notes right on the cover that it is a second print variant. Now, here's my problem that I have with CGC. There is no, on their label, there's no designation that this is a second print. It shows it says first appearance of new Spider-Man, Miles Morales, polybag removed, list who the creative team is, who's done the cover, but there is no mention of this being a second print. Now, obviously Marvel has made that note on the cover, but how does CGC miss that? I mean, there is about $1,000 difference in these two books between the first print and the second print in a 9.8. And obviously, right, if somebody was trying to do something, scammy here and try to pass this off as a first print. Obviously you can tell now. You look at the cover and you see Miles Morales' face revealed, and on the first print, he's behind the title. And like I said, the Marvel has it noted here that this is a second print, so it's not easy to miss when looking at this between the first print and the second print. But how does CGC miss something like that? It clearly states right on the book that it is a second print, and they did not put that on the label. So what's the issue with CGC? Is that quality control? Is that just rushing through their work? I know currently their turnaround times are, a few weeks at this point when a book gets submitted and is in CGC's hands. The turnaround times are, 2 or 3 weeks. I've seen a number of people on YouTube show off books that they've submitted and getting them back very quickly. So what do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments what you think. Is this, how could CGC miss something like that where, with a disparity between prices in this first print and second print, and the fact that it is right in their face, right on the cover, it says second print. How do they miss something like that and not include it on the cover? So I actually have an Ultimate Fallout 4 first print in with CGC as I'm recording this video. So it'll be interesting to see how that comes back. I'm assuming it will look very similar to the second print as far as the wording and that on the label. But yeah, so I just kind of wanted to point that out because this is one of the things that has happened to me, firsthand directly, and not, I'm not speculating on things that are going on at CGC, but interested to hear what your thoughts are about this. Let me know in the comments, and I think, from my point of view, I think third party graders are a good thing for the hobby, right? It's an independent, company that is supplying us with a grade so that we can set prices on books in the secondary market. The issue is the consistency that I have, right? The consistency that we've seen from CGC. There was a time probably 2 years ago where there was a lot of issues with quality control. We were seeing, particles in the slab, or, people showed hair, crumbs. There were, reports of that, people showing that. There were some cases that were cracked or books that weren't aligned properly, things like that. And that we've kind of haven't seen many of that, those type of issues recently. And then we got into the, reholder issue and the employees, at CGC causing some issues with swapping books out. And so I'm not sure if I'm sure they have mislabeled. I know they have mislabeled things in the past. I've seen others spotlight some of those, but I'm just surprised with the kind of indicators that are on this book. The fact that there is a difference between, the first print and second print, and the fact that this actually says second print. How could you miss something that is kind of right in your face? So, that's really what I think we need to see from CGC is just consistency, some better quality control. And maybe if that causes a slowdown in their turnaround times, that's okay. I'd much rather get things right the first time than have to, resend books in for an issue because they were trying to work too fast. So that's what I got for you. Let me know down in the comments what you think. What is, obviously we're guessing at what's going on in CGC, but obviously this seems to me like somebody rushed through this and really wasn't, dotting their I's, crossing their T's when they created this label for this book and graded it. So that's what I got for you today. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. We'll see you soon.